The Fairfield University men's basketball team entered this season with the weight of the favorite label on their shoulders. Tomorrow night they travel to Siena exactly 9 months and 2 days after the Saints ended their season with a 7-point overtime win in last year's MAC championship game. We're back at the Webster Bank Arena at Harbor Yard where the Siena Saints lead the Fairfield Stags 28-21. Now joined by Fairfield assistant coach Dennis Mace. Coach, solid first half, but in the end got away a little bit. Serena Moore started to get her shots. What do you guys have to do to slow her down in the second?
Well, I thought she hit some great shots.
How important is that outside shooting to Anthony and Greg as far as freeing them up and extending the defense?
Very important, so if they're going to run out at perimeter shooters, we feel we have, some advantages on the inside.
Well, it's December. Temperatures are in the 20s, and you may be asking yourself, what are we doing at a baseball field? Well, the winter meetings are in full force down in Orlando. The Red Sox, Yankees, and Mets aren't the only teams in the Northeast looking for big signings. It is senior night here at the Webster Bank Arena at Harbor Yard. The Stags honoring their 2 seniors before the game, Joel Naraki and Kelly Romano. Bentley trying to clear now. Here's Stonasek. 3-on-2. Stonasek's got Breton and Campanelli. Ahead to Breton. Shot off the post. Rebound. Campanelli stays with the puck. Breton almost got his second of the game. A lot of coaches make that switch to their first D1 job, maybe from a D1 assistant. You, however, made the jump from D2 head coach to D1 head coach. What was that transition like? Was it an easy one for you?
It was easy in some respects, a little bit difficult in other respects.
Serena, you guys have had some high highs and some low lows this season. Very streaky team, but you've won 3 straight. You got to feel like you're peaking at the right time. Through 8 games this season, reigning MAC Rookie of the Year Derek Needham has struggled to find his shot. With a 3-for-9 performance tonight against Howard, that didn't exactly change, but the sophomore point guard showed that he can lead in other ways. Hi everybody, I'm Rory Duyon. First half action was fast and furious as these teams are jostling for position in the MAC tournament standings with a week and a half left to go in the season. Fairfield currently the 4 seed, Siena the 5. Both teams a chance to get in as high as the 3 seed and avoid Marist in a potential second round game. You've heard all the cliches. A win is a win. There's no such thing as a bad win. And all that matters is the end result. I'm not sure Ed Cooley was buying that last Thursday night after the Stags escaped with a 41-39 win over Savannah State, despite shooting just 28% from the field, missing nearly half their free throws and turning the ball over 20 times with only 9 assists. It used to be Cloutier. Earlier on in the season, Peterson assumed the role later on as they get Peterson in the slot, shot, loose, Cloutier top shelf, goal with the rebound, Dustin Cloutier with his 7th goal of the season, and Bentley takes a 1-0 lead. Though McTague and Adams won't be content with just the 3rd winning season in a row, they have their eyes on the team's first NCAA tournament bid since 2005. How do you think the success you've had in the non-conference schedule will translate towards your conference opponents?
Well, we definitely miss Mamadou and Marty's intangibles that they brought to the floor. Their toughness, their IQ. Mamadou, as we always called him last year, was the it guy, and whatever you needed, he got it. But, we feel we've added some pieces to the mix with Sean Crawford, Jamal Turner, and Ryan Olander, where they'll be able to make up for what we lost. But at the same time, we have carryover with Warren Nedney and Urel Hawkins. We have John Hahn and Herbie. And then up front, Anthony Johnson and Greg Nero have provided some great leadership as well. So we're very fortunate to have carryover.
I want to talk about some of those freshmen that you just mentioned, bringing players into a new program and getting them familiarized. A few guys, including, as you mentioned, Ryan Olander, 6'11", really one of the true big men on this team. You've had Anthony Johnson for a while, who's very strong and he's great on the boards, but as far as height, he's not really the typical size of a true center. But to bring in a guy like Olander, who also has touch from the outside, what does he mean to this program?
Well, I think Ryan's best basketball is ahead of him. He's picked up 13 pounds, 14 pounds since we've had him. And the stronger he gets, the more special we feel he can become. He can shoot, he can pass, he can catch, he can post. I really think he has a chance to be one of the best players in this league down the line if he believes in it. But I definitely see a lot of potential in him.
And another guy that you mentioned, Jamal Turner, who came down from Boston. I've already heard the Bruce Bowen comparison. He's a real defensive specialist. For people that haven't gotten to see him yet, well, what does he bring, and can he provide some offense as well?
Well, I think Jamal can be the replacement as far as the it guy. We need him to be a little bit more confident on offense. But on defense, he's a terror. We love him. He's strong. He's quick. He's intelligent. He wants to defend, which is a rarity in today's kids. you know, they want to shoot 18 times a minute, and he wants to defend as much as he wants to. So if we can get him some more confidence on offense, his role will continue to grow for us.
And before we talk about Sean Crawford, you mentioned obviously confidence is huge when you're talking about freshmen and bringing players in who haven't played on this high level before. They come from schools where they were the big fish, and now all of a sudden they're playing around a ton of other guys that were the same way in their high school. What do you do to build confidence in your players and build them up?
Well, I think if you have a negative comment, you follow it up with a positive comment.